Are we going to bounce from this level, or is the market going to totally crash? This is Mike, the Tactical Stock Scalper. All right. We've been talking about for a few days now how important this 420 level is to SPY in the overall market. We called for a bounce from here the other day if it got here, and indeed we did get that bounce, although so far has been feeble. But we knew there would probably be a lot of support here, and we thought we would get something, but we'll just have to see how big it gets. And I want to show you how important this 420 level has been and why you need to manage your trades effectively if it gets below it. So let's check out the weekly chart. So as you see, the red line is the 420 price tag, and it has held prices in check at certain levels. You see there we got a little above it here and then promptly fell back down. Also here it got rejected and fell back down. And then as you see over here, we had various areas where it acted as support. So this level has been key. Now, what happens if we break below it? Well, let's go back to the daily time frame for a minute. So SPY breaks below the 420 level. We're looking probably a prompt, sharp drop to 410. Now, Google does have earnings today after hours, and Amazon has earnings in a couple days. So if it breaks through this 420 level and closes well below it, you can pretty much count on 410 being next on deck, and then maybe even 400. But let's show you how important this level has been in the markets and how it has affected other stocks. So let's go. We're going to go to Tesla today, and again, we're looking at the daily time frame. I'm going to back this up just a bit here. So this red line across here is about on par with the 420 level with SPY. And then they have acted in concert together when it comes to a level like this. And this isn't the only stock, and SPY isn't the only ETF that is nearing critical support. So, we break through this 200 level-ish on Tesla. We can be looking for 180 to come on deck. Let's look at Tesla for a second today. Let me get there. All right. Pulling up Tesla on the daily time frame. We bought Tesla at 1150 as we averaged down rather at 1150 as we thought we could get a bounce from that area, and indeed we did. As you see here, it's just a feeble small bounce currently. The market is kind of in a acting kind of choppy, waiting on these earnings, and we will see what happens with that. Now, let's look at QQQ, as it also has an area of support. So we come here to the Qs, and much like SPY, this area at 350, as you see right here, the 350 price tag has been fairly important to the Qs. So if it breaks below that 350, we're looking at a sharp drop down there, probably to the 200 EMA on the daily time frame, which is that purple line there. Again, we did get a bounce off the 350, 355 level, just like we have off SPY off the 420 level. Now, we don't know if we'll get a much bigger bounce as it goes, but if it breaks through these support areas on the Qs and SPY, we can look for much more downward pressure. Let's look at the Qs on a weekly time frame. So I'm looking at this, and I'm automatically saying if we break through these 350 level, 355-ish level, we're looking for an elevator down there to the 50 EMA on the weekly time frame, which is that green wavy line coming up there. Now, what I do like currently with the Qs is we're in a totally bullish formation on a macro time frame. Not this area here with the lower highs and lower lows, but look how the EMAs are separated. They're trending up. This is really a good sign for the Qs. Now, it could have break down and go through all this? Well, absolutely. But currently, and all you can go off is current information, we are in a nice bull run despite the lower highs and lower lows that you see where I have that trend line drawn at. So we may come down and test this 340 level or the 50 EMA on a weekly time frame, and if it does break through there, maybe get some support there and get a bounce. But the key level here on the Qs is this 350 to 355 area and the 420 level on SPY. But I do have something interesting on the VIX I want to show you. Okay, so we're going to pull up the VIX here as we made a video yesterday. Let me get to the daily time frame. Talking about how we reached $23 on the VIX, and there's a possibility the markets could fall further. That is not what happened. We sold off from 23, and today the VIX continues to be crushed, which means the stock market can go higher. Now, will the VIX come down and test these EMAs around, between $18 and $19? That is an absolute possibility, and we'll have to see what happens from there, if it will bounce from that level or just tear through these EMAs and get sold off. Everything's really going to come down to the 420 level on SPY. Let's look at Google, because that has some really important earnings today. So for those of you that own GUI, you will be very interested in how this plays out. Now, looking at Google on a daily time frame, look how bullish. Look at the EMAs separated. They're being respected. They come down to an EMA and they bounce. This is just beautiful. We do have a double top up here, however, at the top. Will we come up and get a triple top, and will it fall back down? I don't know, but look at this beautiful bounce Google had off the 50 period EMA on the daily time frame. The Google chart looks absolutely amazing as people are piling in before earnings. What will happen? Let's look at the weekly time frame. Look, it is just breaking out. Excuse the fire trucks in the background. I can't help that, so carry on with me if you will. Look at Google on the weekly time frame. It is just ripping up right now. Does seem to have some resistance up there around the 140 area, and we'll see what happens up here if it gets rejected again, or will earnings just make it jump through and rip up after hours and tomorrow, and will it bring the markets up with it? So 420 level key on SPY, 350 to 355 level key on the Qs. Let's just see how it plays out over the next day or two. This is Mike, Tactical Stock Scalper, out.